Hey, it's Cheryl, and welcome to Secrets of a Survivor podcast, where I'm sharing my story, my challenges, and my learnings along the way, both business and personal. Basically, all the things. If I can do it, then so can you. So I'm here to help you on your way and be the person I wished I'd had. So let's get started with today's episode. Hello, and welcome to episode 5. Today I wanted to do a little bit of awareness, and I wanted to talk about economic abuse. And the reason I wanted to do this is because it's a really big part of the overall abusive picture. And I've said it a few times on this podcast that when you think of domestic abuse, you automatically go towards images of a woman bruised, bloodied, and basically physically abused. But there are so many other types of abuse. And I think economic abuse is one of the types of abuse that is experienced alongside many other types of abuse as well. And so many people go through this, and they probably don't even realise they're going through it as well, which is really why I want to shed a little bit more light on this and raise some awareness. So 1 in 6 women in the UK has experienced economic abuse by a current or former partner. Economic abuse is legally recognised as a form of abuse, and it is defined in the Domestic Abuse Act. It often occurs in the context of intimate partner violence, and it involves the control of a partner or ex-partner's money and finances, as well as the things that the money can buy. So it can include exerting control over income, spending, bank accounts, bills and borrowing. It can include controlling access to and use of things like transport, cars, technology, phones, computers, which allow us to work, obviously, and to stay connected, as well as property and daily essentials like food and clothing. It can also include destroying items or refusing to contribute to household costs. And unfortunately, it can even continue once you've actually left the relationship. So as I've said a bit before, ex-partners as well. So especially if you have children with your abuser, it happens after you leave the relationship as well, because they're in control of when they pay maintenance or cover bills that they've agreed to pay and things like that. So it is a type of abuse. It's a form of coercive and controlling behaviour. And as I said, it can continue long after leaving, and it can have lifelong effects. The UK Home Office define it as a controlling or coercive behaviour is a controlling or cohesive. I can't even say that word now. Controlling or coercive behaviour is a purposeful pattern of behaviour that takes place over time in order for one individual to exert control, power or coercion over another in any form. So, first of all, I'm going to share a little bit about the impact of economic abuse, and then I'm going to explain some examples or share some examples. So, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, it rarely happens in isolation and often or usually occurs alongside other forms of abuse, including physical, sexual and psychological abuse. 95% of cases of domestic abuse involve economic abuse of some description. This type of abuse is designed to create economic instability and or make one partner economically dependent on the other, which limits their freedom. So without access to money and the things that money can buy, it's difficult to leave an abuser and access safety. Someone experiencing this type of abuse can become trapped in that relationship, unable to resist their control, and obviously at risk of further harm. And in this way, economic safety underpins physical safety. The impact of economic abuse makes rebuilding lives really challenging. Many women leave with nothing, having no money even for essentials, and they have to start again from scratch. Many victims and survivors leave with large amounts of debt or poor credit ratings, which again is going to affect their long-term economic stability. And many are unable to maintain savings that provide that economic security. So I guess going back to previous episodes, this is a massive reason of why it's so difficult to leave those type of relationships, because a lot of this it kind of makes you feel that you've got no hope, no chance, you're never going to be able to provide or be able to live because of this type of abuse. So some examples. So first of all, you've got like sabotaging your income and access to money. So this could be preventing you from being in education or employment even. Limit your work hours. Take your pay. Refuse to let you claim benefits. Taking the children's savings or birthday money. And refusing to let you access a bank account. So that's all examples there of, and there's many more others, but these are just examples. They also restrict how you use money and the things that you own. So examples here could be control of how and when money is spent, dictating what you can and can't buy, make you ask for money or provide an allowance, checking your receipts of what you have bought, even make you keep a spending diary of what you haven't spent, and of course justifying every purchase made. They could control the use of property such as your mobile phone or your car or your laptop or tablet. They can insist that all economic assets, so like savings, your house and everything, are in their name. And they also hide all the money, all the financial information. They keep it secret. And then you've also got exploiting your economic situation. So this could be things like stealing your money or property, causing damage to your property, refusing to contribute to household costs. They could spend money that's actually needed for household items and bills, so you don't have the money for those. Misuse money in joint bank accounts. Insist all bills, credit cards, loans are in your name and make you pay for them. Build up debt in your name. This is such a horrible one. But yeah, putting debt in your name, sometimes without even your knowledge. Leaving you so that if you leave, you are left in debt. And unfortunately, because it's all in your name, you are responsible for it as well. I mean, there is some help with that. I met some ladies from an incredible charity called Surviving Economic Abuse. I will pop the details in the show notes. They are incredible and they do help survivors with this sort of abuse. Yes, I'll put all their details in the show notes. You've probably heard the term financial abuse before. I think I've mentioned it as well. And just just to clarify the two there, because they are slightly different. So economic abuse and financial abuse both involve similar behaviours, but it can be helpful to think of financial abuse as a subcategory of economic abuse. So economic abuse encompasses the many ways an abuser can control the economic situation, including employment and housing, and financial abuse is literally just the money side of it. So if you or somebody you think is experiencing this type of abuse, then you are not alone. Please don't think you are, because as I said above, 1 in 6 women experience this. There are professionals that can help. As I mentioned already, Surviving Economic Abuse is just one of those organisations that can help. So I'll pop all the details in the show notes, and if you need any help or support on that, then please do reach out to me or to one of the fabulous organisations that can help. So I just wanted to quickly share something with you. My husband James and I are going to be running the London Marathon next year as part of Team Refuge. It's something that has been on both of our bucket lists for years, and to be part of Team Refuge and raise money for such an incredible charity is just an honour. So for those of you who don't know, Refuge provides specialist services to survivors of domestic abuse, and they also run the free phone 24-hour National Domestic Abuse Helpline, which I've got in the show notes below the details of. So if you are able to support us in any way, so either by donating or sharing our Just Giving page or just telling people about it, really, we would be so grateful. I've included the link to our Just Giving page in the show notes. Thank you so much in advance for your support. It really does mean the world to us. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you'd like more help and support, check out the show notes for links to my website, socials and YouTube channel. Please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to share and tag on your social posts. And if you wouldn't mind leaving a review, I'd be really grateful. Thank you so much again. I just want to leave you with this thought. You are strong, you are capable, you are lovable, and you are brave. But most importantly, you are enough. You've got this.